following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in my thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC. Always love the clothes of Jimmy. Bitch, I'm your wanna be Jimmy Star's new celebrity. We'll take you out to Jimmy Star's.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment.
And Astro.
And Astro. Say hi, Astro.
Say hi, Astro.
Oh, he got nervous today when he going up there for some reason.
He doesn't want to stand up. Stand up, Astro. Send it attention.
Stand up, Astro. There you go.
Say hi to everybody. Say hi.
Hi, Astro. Hi, Astro. There you go.
Say hi to everybody.
We got a great show for you guys today. It's going to be a lot of fun. A very good friend of ours, Kadrolsha Ona Carole.
Oh, that name. I keep torturing me with that. I keep telling you.
Who's also known as Queen of the Paranormal.
Right.
He's coming on. And then we have Rachael Cain, also known as Screamin Rachael, a big house queen, house music queen. And
I know a lot of screaming queens.
Yes. And it should be a lot of fun. So I think it'll be good. Don Hinton just joined us in the chat room. Hey, Don, how you doing? And Lady Lake is in there. Thanks for putting up all the promos, Cindy Lady Lake. And we're going to have a lot of fun today. In the meantime, let me introduce my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, the gorgeous Mr. Ron Russell.
Yeah, gorgeous. That's a laugh. I love you. You know, I keep thinking that, Jimmy.
I am.
I really should make fun of it. Oh, you're right. I am gorgeous. Keep thinking that. This way he stays around for another 10 or 15 years.
We're married.
I know, but when I'm like 90, 95, you're still going to want me.
Yeah, I'll just push you around in a wheelchair.
That's nice. Push me around in a wheelchair. I like that.
Anyway. I think it's fun.
So today is going to be a fun day. Because Kadrolsha, that name, I can't stand that name. I told her. I hope she doesn't get offended. But she knows. No, I call her KC.
K-O.
Or K-O, whatever the hell we call her. Wait till she comes on. Anyway, I love her to death, and she lets me get away with it. But I want to ask her, why in the hell did they name her such a hard name to pronounce or remember?
It's just hard for you.
No, I have difficulty with it. I really do.
So we want to welcome some people.
You know what it is? I've never heard that name before. You know, she would have been nice if she was like Sue or Mary or Louise or something.
So we want to welcome Julia from Russia is in the chat room. Hey, Julia. And B. Claudia from Germany. Hey, B, we've missed you.
B.
Happy to have you here. Hope everybody's doing good. And I'm going to
fall asleep on the show, and I hope you don't mind. I'm up since 6:30 this morning. You know, my Audi TT Roadster convertible, the window fell in from the friggin' heat here. The heat of this desert rat hole that we live in melts all the whatever they did in the factory. So we had to bring it all the way to the other side of the valley to these guys that take the top off and they re-glue it and then put it back. And I'll get my car back in 3 days because it has to sit for 3 days with the glue on it. So I'm exhausted, you know. I'm tired. I don't get up that early. I get up about 8 o'clock.
Yes. I get up between 7:30 and 8.
So getting up at 6:30 and then driving all the way out. It was how many miles away?
It was 19 miles.
19 miles away.
You gotta love it.
Anyway.
So all is good and everything is good. We want to thank everybody who's been tuning in every week. Last week's show did really, really well. Everybody liked our guest, especially Mike Dopehood.
Oh, our shows do well. We never get cheesy, crappy, low ratings. I mean, never.
No, sometimes our numbers aren't as good though. And like last week's
honey,
number
you
was
always
good.
Want millions numbers. You know, even if you got like 750,000, that's good compared to other podcast shows. You know, I've spoken to them off camera, and they wish they even got 10.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, like there's one in particular. What do they get? Like 20
Oh,
things?
I'm not.
I won't mention the show, but
I'm
they
not
get
mentioning
nothing.
that. They're very nice people. Everybody who's got
They're
a
very
show
good
is
friends
nice.
of mine, and they get nothing on their show. So he bitches if we don't get 1 million, 2, 5, 10 million.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Lady Lake says the guy last week was really cute. Yeah, he was.
He was nice too.
And he was nice too. And I'm actually going to put him in a movie that we're working on soon. As soon
Lady
as all this
Lake, you
stuff
got an
gets
eye
done.
for the men, huh, baby? Does hubby know?
She doesn't have a hubby.
Oh,
Lady Lake's single, so but he's got a wife.
What does it matter, Jimmy? You had a husband when I met you. And he fell to the wayside. Jimmy took one look at me in the mall. I was walking in the mall. I had on white flip-flops, white linen pants, a white shirt, white sunglasses, and white hair. I looked good. I was tan. I was 20-something.
And no underwear.
I was very young at the time. I was 20 years younger.
Oh,
was I 20 years younger?
No.
I mean, 10, 12 years younger.
11 years.
Well, 11 years makes a lot.
You still look fabulous.
And he looked at me, he followed me, and he wouldn't leave me alone. And then he continued. Every time I went to the mall, he tracked me down. And then, you know, he left the person he was with for 20-something years. That doesn't look good. Doesn't sound good either. You know, I was with somebody for 46 years, but he passed away from pancreatic cancer. Hadn't he died, I would still be with him. That was, you know, my first love. I was 19.
I'm your third love. Fourth love. I'm your fourth love.
No, you're not. You're my third love.
Okay.
Well, in 83 years, that's not bad.
Yes, Dawn, I'm a mall rat. I love going to the mall, by the way. Our mall here isn't any good in Palm Springs, but I love to go and look at all the cool clothes and go to all the toy shops. Anybody who sells action figures or collectibles, that's like my thing, since that's my thing. And,
I was kidding around with Elizabeth Taylor one day up at Amphar in New York. And I was very brazen to make a wisecrack about her being married so many times. And she said, well, I married them. I just don't bang them like most women do. She said, you know, most women just have sex with everybody. She said, I married them. So I thought, okay, that's a good girl, Elizabeth. She was very nice, dumb, not a swift cookie. Elizabeth Taylor was, I don't know if it's because she only lived by a script in the movie, but in person, she was kind of childlike, giggled a lot, and was silly, a silly girl, woman at the time, but very pleasant, very pleasant.
So B. Claudia says that she had the diamond wedding of her cousins last Thursday. They've been married for 60 years, and she threw out the flowers 60 years ago when she was 3.
Oh, so did you throw flowers?
They're still
now?
in love. That's really cool. That's a cool story, though.
Now you should walk down the aisle and throw flower pots at them.
Yeah.
50 years.
60.
60 years, Jesus.
That's a long time. That's awesome.
That is a long time. Would you ever stay with me 60 years?
I don't think I'm going to live for 60 more years.
Oh, that could be, but I will go on. In 60 years from now,
if we're both still alive, we'll
how
be
old
together.
How old will I be in 60 years?
143.
Oh, I could make 143. It's not impossible.
I'll be 118.
Listen, at 143, some Botox, some Restylane, a couple of slits here and there, and lifts. Maybe I can look 90.
I love it. I think
Where's Kadrolsha?
No, I'm not bringing her in yet because we bring her in at certain times. I got to do my little commercial.
Where is she?
She's there. We're going to bring her in a minute.
I wonder if she's going to have her tits hanging out.
I don't know. We're going to find out.
Oh, my God. On Facebook, she's always got those bazooms. She's got watermelons, and they're always hanging out.
It's funny. So real quick, we want to thank everybody for listening. You can listen to the show, obviously, on our live show on W4CY.com on YouTube. We're on from 12 to 2 p.m. on Wednesdays, 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific time, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. You can also hear us after the show airs, where the video goes up on YouTube. We're on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music. Like I said, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Prime.
We're on everything.
We're on a bunch of other ones too, but those are the biggest ones.
And you could get us on anything. You can get us on your cell
phone.
So when you say, "Oh, I didn't know we could see you," I want to scream. We're not a radio show. Okay, folks? This is not a podcast radio show. This is a podcast television show that transmits with the radio, but we are primarily a visual show.
There you go. So anyway, we're going to take a quick music break, and when we come back, we'll bring on Kadrolsha. And we're going to start off today with Stefano, Why I'm Here. So this is Stefano. We're going to bring him back sometime before the end of the year, probably, because I really like him a lot. But here's his single, Why I'm Here. Enjoy it, everybody, and we'll be right back.
Reflection in the mirror. Try to be strong, but nothing's clear. It's been a long day, yeah, it's been a long year. Ma keeps calling, saying, listen here. Kick them doors open, your kingdom will come. Don't lose hope, son, stay full of love. So I drown my fears and I swam to change. Now watch me run through the pouring rain. This is why I'm here. This is what I'm here for. Stuck doing things I don't wanna do. Guess it's cool, cause it brought me to you on this windy road. Yeah, friends come and go, but I got you here now and you're all I know. You wake me up, you hold me down, you never leave, you are my crown. There's no question, it's crystal clear. Now I know this is why this is what I'm here for. This is why I'm here. Oh, this is what I'm here for. This is why I'm here. Yeah, this is what I'm here for. This is why I'm here. This is what I'm here for. This is why I'm here. Yeah, what I'm here for. Reflection in the mirror. Try to be strong, but nothing's clear. It's been a long day. It's been a long year. Now I know this is why I'm here.
Depends on the song. So that's it. That's it, you guys. That's Stefano. The name of the song, Why I'm Here. I love it. Everybody in the chat room loved it. And now what we're gonna do for everybody is bring on our first guest, Kadrolsha Ona Carole.
We're bringing on our first breast. Oh,
yes,
there they are. Oh my God! Look at that gorgeous creature. We got to change your name. It's not sexy.
Hey. For you, I'll do anything. If you want to change,
we got to name you like Mamie or Mitzi or Titsy, something.
Mitzi, Titsy.
Come on.
How can you get more beautiful every day?
Yeah, you look fabulous.
Are you doing work? Are you having work done? Seriously, you have Restylane, Botox, anything in that face?
No.
That's real.
My phone lines, and if I smile, I get the crow's feet.
Oh, you know what it is? Your long hair. That's what it is.
I can give you a number, a couple guys, you know. You can call them. They'll tell you they're real.
Now, are those extensions or your own?
Excuse me, I'm hard of hearing. What?
Is your hair extensions or your own?
Oh, I wear a whole bunch of different hair pieces. My hair is about this long, but I wanted to have a little bit of pizzazz for your show because there's so many people that watch. So I wanted to just have a little more and a little more substance. And I always try to shake it up and be different on every program.
Yeah, I don't think you need the long hair to have pizzazz. You have enough pizzazz. You got 38G pizzazz.
So wait, let me do a proper intro now. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show.
The beautiful, the fabulous
Rachael,
Woo!
Queen of the Paranormal, pop culture icon, actress, author, and radio and television personality.
And dear friend. And
Kadrolsha Ona Carole. Welcome, yay!
Yes, my two besties in the whole world. This is so much fun for me being on this show because we know each other so well. God, it goes back, what, like almost 10 years. And
I peed in front of you. No, but I peed in front of you, and I have to know you well enough. If I pee in front of somebody, I have to know them well.
We have to explain that.
We were in the haunted hospital. It was weird. It was horribly haunted, and I had to pee, and so did what's his name?
Ricky Rebel.
Ricky Rebel, and we both, you know, of course, we turned our back to Kadrolsha and everybody, and Ricky and I peed. So there you go. But we had to pee so bad. What are we going to do?
I didn't tell you where I went. That's for sure.
What?
Hey, you gotta go. You gotta go, right?
I mean, that was it. And we were laughing so much, I was afraid that he and I would pee our pants. But we, you know, when Eileen was going over the fence and her boobs got caught on the fence, I couldn't stand it. I was screaming. I mean, and then she's yelling and cursing at me, "Help me!" I couldn't move. I was paralyzed from laughter.
So you guys actually,
it's in the comic book. It's in the comic.
So wait a sec. Hold on. Before we do that, say hi to the chat room, Kadrolsha. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone. I'm not in the chat room because I'm afraid of my computer. I think it's haunted. I really go to Jimmy. I'm afraid to move, but it just shuts itself off. So I didn't want to do anything to go into the chat room. I just want to sit and not touch a thing.
Okay, so what Kadrolsha's talking about is we did a celebrity ghost hunt, and we went to an insane asylum place in Long Island, New York, and we went with Eileen Shapiro.
It was the Kings Park mental institution. Abandoned for 35 or 40 years. There were rats there and rotted walls. It looked really spooky as all hell.
Well, we went with Kadrolsha and Eileen Shapiro and Ricky Rebel, and we climbed up a tree and went in a second-floor window and went into this insane asylum. We had a freaking blast, and we videotaped the entire experience. It's on YouTube on the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. I think it got about 270 or 80,000 views.
Yeah, it went viral. I mean, it's unbelievable. And then we did the celebrity ghost hunting comic book after that, which went crazy too, because it was based on everything that we do.
Yes, you guys. You can actually get the celebrity. You can get our comic book if you haven't gotten one already. By going to queenoftheparanormal.com, or you can go to jimmystar.ffanclb.com and you can get them.
Drawings of Eileen stuck on the chain link fence. It was a 6-foot chain link fence, and you know, Eileen's boobs are like 59 double X.
I remember that. There it is. It's in the picture.
And Eileen is little, and as she climbed over, her tits went over the fence, and her body stayed on the other side. So she had 2 big boobs hanging in front of me, and her body was on. And she's saying, "Ron," and she's calling me curse names. "Help me, help me!" I couldn't help her. I was paralyzed from laughing
because he was laughing so hard. She was so pissed off.
And the spooky part was we did hear voices, and Kadrolsha wound up with scratches on her chest. Remember?
And the thing with the scratches, which is crazy, instead of healing, like, you know, they get red, whatever, it turned like a burnt black. It was really weird. And then they, you know, eventually go away because spirits have a lot of energy. So they don't scratch you, they touch you. And if it's intense heat, like a laser, it's going to cut you. So That's I'm assuming what happened that day.
When we were downstairs in the basement, we saw the chains along the wall where they used to keep the really crazy ones. We chained them to this wall down in this ugly basement where they did what is that, lobotomies. That was where they did the lobotomies.
It was
that was wild. That was very mournful. No one had been in there at least 50 or so years, you know, and there we are looking at all the things hanging from the ceilings, the walls that they, you know, would take the people who had, you know, problems when the full moon hit. and they just, you know, tie them up and chain them up, actually.
Everybody, you could doubt it a little bit. You know, you say, oh, okay, maybe she's a trickster. Maybe it's baloney. Maybe, you know, you're not really certain because you're in show business. Every show business is all smoke and mirrors. But when we were leaving at night.
That was a different time. We went the second time.
That's the second time.
Okay.
Alongside our van was a white something. Ghost, a white, was running alongside.
It's on video.
Yeah, on the van. So we definitely had a sighting, which made us really know that there are such things as ghosts.
So we did a second one. Where was the second one, Kadrolsha? Do you remember?
Pilgrims.
Pilgrim State, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was right next to Kings Park. It was the Pilgrims Asylum, I believe.
So this is a really short video.
Pilgrim State.
We had all kinds of problems on the second time, but we had a really good time. And yes, we did see this ghost running up alongside the car. Actually, I should.
That's crazy.
We should edit that part out of the video and like put it up someplace because people would love it.
Well, you know, my very dear friend, her mother was a little nuts, and she was in Pilgrim State.
Wow.
And she died. I wonder if that wasn't her running alongside the car.
I don't know. The funniest thing about the second one that we did it with pop star Aaron Paul, and we're in the middle of nowhere, like literally in the middle of nowhere. There's no civilization for like 100, like probably 20 miles realistically. There's no civilization, and his freaking grinder was going off inside the abandoned insane asylum like place. You know, people were trying to grind her with him,
and he met somebody at the railroad.
And he met somebody at the railroad that we drove him to.
Yeah. That's crazy. I get car sick. I'm in the back seat. I get out of the car and just started throwing up in the bush.
But we're going to do as soon as we become East Coast, we're going to do another one.
Yes, we are. We definitely are going to do that. We're going to turn it into a comic book as well.
Up in Connecticut, I forgot what I'm talking about. I'll research it again, but I found it. I made notes. Up in Connecticut, there's a place that's loaded with all kinds of weird shit happening. And it's easier for you because you come down from Maine, right? You're in Maine, right?
No, I'm in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. So that's easier for you to get down to Connecticut.
Oh, yeah. I can be in Connecticut depending where you want to be. I can be on Long Island in like 4 or 5 hours. So I can be in Connecticut.
You guys all need to go, though. Go to the YouTube page and watch the videos. I'll share them on my social media after the show sometime.
And I'm not bluffing. That wasn't a fake job. That wasn't any kind of GPS. That was real. Because we all saw it. And
we laughed and had fun. It was freaking scary. And one time that I laughed, well, you were actually laughing at me. You had mentioned something about a glory hole. I don't know what the hell you were talking about until you told me.
That was the first one.
That was the first one when what's his name were peeing. I looked at the hole in the wall and I said to him, "Oh, look, there's a glory hole." And
explain to the straight people what a glory hole is.
Just look it up. Look it up, folks. We're not going to tell you what it is.
So let's do some bragging for Kadrolsha for anybody who's tuning in, who listens, who doesn't know who she is or doesn't know who we are. First of all, her website is queenoftheparanormal.com. Her Instagram is Queen of the Paranormal. She's got another one too, but like I'm keeping everything branded with Queen of the Paranormal. She's the very first person to become a comic book superhero doing what she does in real life. She's also the face of airport television. She's got several comic books, Haunted Tales of Bachelor's Grove, Our Comics, Celebrity Ghost Hunters, The Healing. She worked on something for the 40th anniversary of The Exorcist DVD. Yes. Inducted into the Paranormal Hall of Fame. She sits on the board of directors for the New England Music Hall of Fame, and she's been in a zillion movies of which she's got all the ones that are in like development right now. There's like 20 of them. So
I wanted
she
to
does
ask
everything.
you, whatever happened with that airport thing? Did I ever get on that?
Oh, it's still up there. They were changing the airport. I guess the players that are in the kiosks and stuff, they're changing all of that around, but it's still there. And what I'm pushing now are Hollywood Entertainment News positive messages. And I have you up there, Ron. And we did, you know how you gave the story about Jane Russell. So
Right.
that's up there. If you go to hollywoodentertainment.com, go to the messages, you can see it, or the YouTube channel. They're up there. We just started using YouTube. So we don't have that many hits, but I'm sure in no time we will. And I know you got a ton of hits there, Ron, and so don't some other people like Dan Loria or Allie Mills. You're right up there with them all. And, cool.
I mentioned the name Jane Russell. I got those hits because of Jane. You know, when you mention Jane Russell, everybody stands at attention to see and hear. So
yeah,
I got all those hits because of me. Nobody knows who I am.
Yeah, they do.
Well, you think so? I don't know.
you are. You kidding me? If I know who you are, everyone knows who you are.
I love it. So tell us, what did you do for the 40th anniversary of The Exorcist?
What I did for the 40th anniversary of The Exorcist on Blu-ray DVD is if you go to the director's cut and you watch how you have the movie, you'll see the movie and they'll be going, "You unclean spirits." And then I supplied the video that went with Father Gallagher saying, "You unclean spirits." So what it was Father Gallagher was the professor of divinity at Georgetown University for William Peter Blatty. And William Peter Blatty, you all know, he wrote the book, The Exorcist.
Right.
And these papers he had in his hand, Father Gallagher, were called the Bishop's Files. These were the actual accounts that made that Exorcist, book and then, the movie. So what I did was I did for an event we were doing, I would say how the movie linked up to the actual, Father Gallagher's interview from, I think it was 1974. Bob Boyd and Bob Siegel owned that, but they let me use it to put this package together. And then it was sold, that part of it, or released, or whatever you want to call it, so that work glitzed up a bit. That's mine, and that's on the director's cut. That's
I love it.
So that's why I'm part of the Exorcist legacy. Never in the movie, but
did you like The Exorcist? Did you ever see it? The actual movie.
When it was out, yeah, it was great.
I love
We all loved it. And Eileen Dietz is in it. You know, off pal Eileen Dietz. She played
she plays Reagan.
She was a stand-in.
She plays Reagan for all the dirty stuff, like the spitting and the vomiting, and your mother sucks cocks in hell, and all that part. That's all Eileen Dietz doing that.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, cool. Eileen Dietz was she was the stand-in for the girl. What was the girl's name that was in the movie?
Linda Blair.
Linda Blair. She was Linda Blair's stand-in.
I love it though. So how did you get your name? Because Ron's asking me before. How does?
Well, obviously her parents.
I know her parents, but is it because you're German or what are you?
My name, Kadrolsha Ona, is my name translated into Polish and Lithuanian. My name is Carolyn Ann, and I grew up with Kadrolsha Ona always, or Karolka, for Carol. I never went by anything else. So when I had the opportunity to, hey, let's trademark the Queen of the Paranormal, I said, well, maybe I'll just use my name, and just remember my relatives that called me, my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, everybody, aunts, uncles, that was my name. So that's why I used that name.
I love it because you if everybody sees, well, in her comics, in her outfit of the paranormal person in her the Queen of the Paranormal, she's got KO as logo, like a Superman logo, but it's a KO logo, and she's got on her website. I think I even saw necklaces with the KO on them. Yeah,
you probably did. Yeah,
I love it. You're got a cool website.
I have difficulty with that name. I don't know why. Since I've met you, I still, and I know you how many years, and I still can't remember your friggin' name. It drives me nuts. You know why? Because it's not Latin.
Well, like I said, you can call me anything you want, Ron. I love you. You just
I call you Love
Love
Bug.
Bug
Love Bug is my good name for you. No, but seriously, it's a tricky little name. You know, my name is not Ron Russell. You know that. I mean, I took Jane's name because I loved her since I was a kid. My name was so difficult to pronounce that I Cesarigo. I mean, you're going to say Cesarigo. Who the hell is that? So I became Ron Russell.
I love it. So you're doing a bunch of movie stuff. I went on your IMDb. And I think there's, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You have like 13 or 14 movies in development.
Right. But as you know, with the writer's strike and everybody sitting in idle, Ron, I know you posted that. That's kind of like where a lot of this stuff is. And there are some things that are overseas that aren't, or these little independent things that are self-written that we don't have to worry about, the writer's strike or anything like that. But everything else just kind of sits there waiting for the day that we can all give it a big push.
You have two, though, that I think are funny. Wait, she got one called Hobo Saves the World.
Before we go there, a wonderful script came to me 2 years ago, and we were going to shoot it, where I play the father to a very, very big movie star. It's a feature film. The script is wonderful. I love it. I love my part. I'm so excited. We're going to shoot. COVID, close down. Now COVID's over. We get funded. We're ready to shoot. June 10th, we're supposed to be shooting in Nevada. Strike. I have not worked since when?
You did Clowney. You did the Rolling Clowney, which during COVID at the end, like a year and a half ago or a year ago.
So I know that all the actors that I know that are not working now, they're nuts. They don't know what to do with themselves. What do you do?
You have to be creative. I decided to do things on green screen. Smaller scale, submit them and invoice and get money that way. Get involved with projects as a media partner, as long as they give me a role in the movie. Kind of bend the elbow a little bit, And,
tell everybody, because like you guys, so Kadrolsha is the face of Hollywood Entertainment News. Hollywood Entertainment News is like the Hollywood Reporter. It's a really great entertainment website. Tell everybody a little bit about what you do with that.
What I do with that is I focus on the positive when it comes to Hollywood celebrities. I will never in a million years degrade anyone and gossip about someone. Let's say, oh, we caught him walking down the street in a diaper, looking in a dumpster. That's disgusting. Try to focus on something positive. We have a lot going on in America and the world right now. Your fans live vicariously through you. Say something positive to them so that they may be able to maybe think a different way about things and help somebody else. That's what positive messages are all about. And that's why I go to all these Comic-Cons and ask people to give me a positive message for their fans. And they do. I have like...
Hang on. Listen, years ago, you didn't have to say what you're saying now because studios and the magazines, Glamour, all those wonderful magazines, only did positive. And the movie stars behaved positive. There were no such thing as getting out of a truck without panties and shooting a beaver. There was no such thing about finding out that somebody was loaded on drugs and banged 7 people. Today, we know too much about these movie stars, and they're no longer stars. They're as human as we are. So, so writing positive about them is a very difficult thing. I know. That's my business, is to write about movie stars, and I really can't because I can't really say anything good. I mean, I've defended Angelina Jolie only because I knew her as a child, and I have what to say about her personality growing up. But people have destroyed her. They've said everything about her that you could possibly say to destroy someone's career.
Yeah, but you don't ever write anything bad about anybody.
Oh, no, I never write bad about anybody.
That's what she's saying.
I know that, but it's difficult when they are the negative ones putting it out there. So what are we supposed to do? So all the movie stars or actors should knock it off. Keep your private life private and act like a star, a movie star. This way you can only get positive publicity. You know that. You're PR, Jimmy. You know.
And I wonder if some of these celebrities trying to work their way up the ladder want to do something stupid, offbeat, negative, so then they get looked at, and a lot of people hit that like button. It's ridiculous. You can do it with something positive as well. Just be a good person.
Right. Did you ever hear the expression, better bad press than no press?
Mm-hmm.
So they believe in that. I'm not getting any press, so I'm going to do something outrageous to get press.
You just put out, though, a thing with Dan Loria.
Rephrase that.
You just put out a video with Dan Loria. Everybody knows he's the father from the Wonder Years, one of the biggest, shows of the. I guess when was that? The 90s? I don't know when the Wonder Years was.
I think around the 90s, late 80s, 90s. Yeah, he was at Comic-Con that I was at, Chiller Theater. What a nice guy. I mean, everybody loved him. He just a sweetheart of a gentleman, and you didn't see him hanging around like the bar at night or any of that stuff. A bona fide celebrity, when they're done their work, they go to their room. They may go out for dinner with friends, but they don't hang around, socialize, get drunk, lay on the floor, cause a fight, or anything like that. They don't do that. They're above that. And that's what I liked about him. And really just all the people I got positive message from. I don't get positive messages like from all of them. I make sure that, they have something good to say, or, and if they ramble too much and start talking too much about themselves, they're supposed to be giving a positive message. I won't even air those. I just want everyone to be positive, and let's put a different spin on Hollywood gossip.
So you have to tell them ahead of time. We tell our guests before they come on. We do the bragging for you. You don't brag. You brag, get off. Because there's nothing more disgusting than the person, I, me, I, for 40 minutes. Enough already. We want, let the interviewer get out of you what other interviewers have not.
And I always brag for everybody.
Right. And the success of our show is I ask the questions that people want to know or are afraid to ask, as you know. I mean, how I comment on your wonderful cleavage. Now, do you know how many men are looking at that, drooling? So what are we supposed to do? And women, we're supposed to make believe that you don't have like 10, 11 inches of cleavage. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Let's not be stupid, people.
So who were some of the people that you hung out with at Chiller? Starstruck us a little bit. At Chiller, who are some of the people you hung out with at Chiller? I know Dan Loria because I saw the video.
Oh, I had it was Rami Zada. He was there. Clayton Prince was there. Actually, Clayton Prince came as a visitor. He was there. And Bob Burgeon, he was there. There were so many people, and it was so incredibly crowded. And I'm doing 2 jobs at once. I'm there as Queen of the Paranormal. I call it counseling when people come for a reading. They just want to tell me things, and I interject some advice, but and I do that. And then during my break, I'm running around as host of Hollywood Entertainment News trying to get the interviews. So right. I missed some people, and I wanted to get an interview. A positive message from Melanie. Remember her from I Got a Brand New Pair of Roller Skates? Oh God, the line for her table was out the door, down the hallway. Everybody lined up for her. It was fabulous. And but I'm glad I got a picture.
Melanie,
I just got a brand new pair of roller skates.
You got a friend in me.
Brand new key.
Yeah. We were at one of those signings, and we see this line, as you say, down around the block and out the door, about 30 miles long. Guess who it was? Playboy girl.
I forgot her name.
My friend. I love her too.
I know. What's her name?
And I know her well. And I forgot her. Oh my God. This is
Barbie Benton.
Barbie Benton.
Barbie Benton, okay.
So when I cut the line, of course, because I told everybody I know her, get out of my way. And I went, and she said, oh my God, sit on my lap. No, she wants to sit on my lap. And she sat on my lap, and we were talking. And when she got off my lap, about 5 guys came over. They said, man, you are so fucking lucky. Whoa, did she sit on my lap? I said, no, but for money, she might sit on your face. And they said, oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's even better. And Bobby heard that, and she started to laugh. She said, "You'll never change, will you?"
She was very, very.
The last time I had seen her was at Blackwell's funeral. We were sitting next to each other at the. Anyway.
That's why everybody loves you, on, because you're not going to change. You're just you, 100% you, and that's why I like you, because you don't change.
What's the change? I'm going to become boring. What? I'm going to change into a nothing, a person who has no spark or fun, a bore.
Don't conform. Hey,
I don't.
Just be yourself. Be true to yourself. That's all you have to do.
I'll never conform. Never.
So let's go. So
wait a minute. I want you now. Listen, I know you can't do it via the TV, but when I said to you I was moving back to New York, to the Hamptons on Long Island, what was your first impression? What'd you get?
Well, personally, because I know you, sometimes it's like the forest for the trees kind of thing, because I know you, but. Right. Deep down inside, I just say, go home, because I think it's a place that'll be better for your heart, better for your mind. And then all of a sudden it becomes better physically for you. And I just feel that you're a little bit unsettled, even though, you have friends and all the stuff going on out there in California. But I think coming home, where the internet has changed everything, I think you're going to find it calmer. You're going to find real people. And I think your health.
Good. It's all positive stuff. I love it.
Positive, yeah.
She knows what she's talking about, because that's exactly what I feel. I've lived in California since 1950, on and off. A couple of years back and forth, and I've never, ever been comfortable here. I'm here for years, but never called it home. Always felt I was here for a reason. When I'm back in New York, I'm home. And there's a wonderful feeling about being home. So you got it. K-O.
Call me Misty. Misty's a cute name, right?
I like. Can I call you Tootsie?
You can call her Tootsie.
Misty Tootsie.
Misty Tootsie. Ooh, say that 10 times fast.
Hey, wait a minute. What happened with that screwball stalker you had?
Oh, excuse me. What did you say?
What happened with that screwball stalker you had?
Oh, she's still screwballing around, But I look at it this way. Everything that's sent to me from this particular person, I send it to the police. They have a record of it. And, what are you going to do? Freedom of speech and this and that. They can write anything on the internet. Look at the political realm. They're all calling each other horrible names.
What is it?
I just ignore it. And I ignore it, but I have a paper trail, and also the law enforcement does it as well. When I do go to a Comic-Con, they're well aware of what this particular person is capable of, and also police reports in regards to her as well. So when I'm there, I'm okay. I do look over my shoulder a lot, but I can't dwell on that. Can't go to war, have to ignore.
What do you think this person wants?
I don't know. To be me or something, or she was a fan at first, then a friend, admit that. And then it turned into a mild jealousy, to a rivalry, to obsession, which turns into danger. Yeah. And when someone sends you pictures of where your kids live and says that her kids are upset with you and her kids have been incarcerated for many years, you just start to begin to think like, there's something wrong here. But I ignore, and law enforcement knows about it, and that's where we keep it. I'm not going to let it, impede on my life, all the shows I do, all the PR I do. I mean, just, or my happiness. I'm happy. I've got my grandson. My health is relatively okay. I have bit of a kidney problem, and but that's all getting better now, and I think it'll be much better when you move home because then I get to see you. That's
right.
It. Yeah.
You were really sick with your kidney, right? You were in the hospital.
Yes, I had. It started with I went to the hospital. They said I had sepsis E. coli. Ooh. And they were giving me medication, and I had a couple kidney stones. So the medication moved the kidney stones, which hadn't moved in 15 years and obstructed everything. So they had to do 2 separate surgeries to get them out, which ripped the kidneys itself. But it took so long to recover. I missed conventions. I missed just a whole, but I put like everything on hold. I was supposed to be at the Cannes Film Festival, but I didn't want to commit because I didn't know how I was going to be. It turns out I would have been okay to go. But you never know with your kidneys. It makes you real tired. I know I will get super tired like out of the blue. And, this next week I was supposed to be doing some things with another podcast, but I have to go for a reclasp infusion, which is like an IV thing, that they put the medication in you. Kind of make you sick for a couple of days, But other than that, we'll kick that aside and, just be thankful, we're breathing, happy, and we can, help others and animals. And that's what it's all about, family and helping out and not dwelling on some nut on the internet.
That would never happen with me. If I had a screwball after me, I'd shoot them. I would have a perfect right to do so. If anyone threatened my children, they're dead. And if I couldn't do it, I know people that could do it for me, that would do it for me. I have friends that if anybody, I was told this years ago, many, many years ago, Ron, if ever your family is hurt, you call us, not even call us, but you tell us. Yeah. And I've never had to do that, but there are some people who just will not allow children to be hurt, no matter what.
It's a sad situation. I call this person like a barking chihuahua. That's all. Just bark, 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 bark. Trying to poke the bear for me to do something, but it's not working. So
let's go to movies. You got all kinds of movie stuff going on. First of all, because I don't think we've ever asked you this, because I know you've been in like 100 movies, but I always have really seen you as the queen of the paranormal, more so than an actress. But you've actually been in a ton of movies. So I always ask this question to like actresses when they come on, but bucket list, male and female stars.
Are we there already?
No, we have time, but we have a little bit of time. But I'm asking
bucket list. We always
do that at the end. Bucket list, male and female. I know, but I want to talk about movie stuff, and we've never done this with her. Bucket list, male and female that you'd like to work with that you haven't had an opportunity to work with before, and if you'd ever, and if you could pick any movie, if you could be in any, and they could be living or dead, and then movie that's ever been made that you would have liked to have been in, what movie would you have liked to have been in?
I want to work with Dwayne Johnson. I'm sort of working with him already, but I want to work with him like on a rock. I want to work with him on an actual movie set or get a positive message from him, which I'll be doing soon. His father-in-law, which was like a dad to him, Sibi Hussain, was the drummer of the band Boston. Now, Sibi and I go back so many freaking years.
The Rock's father was in Boston?
Is his father-in-law.
Father-in-law. Oh my God, I saw Boston in concert.
So we are with the New England Music Hall of Fame. We are going to be inducting Sibi. And so we're doing this documentary thing and the Rock's involved. And so we kind of like partnering together, doing some things, but I would truly love to work with him more than anything in this world. And I can't wait for the induction of his father-in-law, Sibi Hussain.
What if he comes
miss
on?
Him terribly.
If he came on to you, would you cheat on your husband?
Excuse me? Would I cheat on my husband?
If The Rock came on to you.
What? I can't hear you.
No, I'll be honest, because if Jason Statham came on to me, I would cheat on Jimmy in a minute. And Jimmy gave me a pass card on him. Jimmy said you're allowed. Only him, nobody else. The Rock is a pretty sexy
My
guy.
fantasy mind, absolutely, yes.
He gets 20 million a picture.
I mean, he's a sexy guy, The Rock, right?
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's big and like.
And the ladies, I know
I wonder though, with all the muscles and the steroids, I wonder if everything shrunk.
no.
Well, it does shrink. It's called penis shrinking drugs, you know. No, that's it. That's it. All the blood's everywhere else. I dated a guy like that. I know for a fact. And
No, I
friends-
know all the gay guys in Palm Springs like him. They think he's hot and sexy. You know, it's really hard because I asked that question to a lot of the people that come on our show. Like I asked the guy last week, gorgeous actor, handsome. I said, if you were in bed with Charlize Theron making out, would you get an erection? He said, probably. He said, first he apologized to his wife. He said, honey, don't get mad. But it's human. You know, Charlize Theron I would get an erection if I made out. And I'm 100.
The female woman I would love to work with is Lorene Landon. And I love her.
My Lorene, I love her.
I love Lorene. She's a great woman. And we have this unique friendship. But I think for me, it would be an honor because she's such a fantastic actress when it comes to doing horror pieces and things. She's so emotional and it just grabs you. And I would love to be able to be on set with her, talk about the paranormal, the supernatural, and put our skills together to come up with one epic movie. And I think that's something that we should all do.
I've been in a few movies with her. And one movie I played her husband. And we're in a bar, and she has to make out with me. Well, that son of a bitch, what she didn't do. I'm surprised they didn't, XX rated. I said, Lorene, she was like between my legs, humping me and making out and licking my neck. That was just kidding around, of course. We were having fun. And I don't think they're going to use those scenes.
They didn't because we already saw the movie.
We saw the movie. They didn't use them. They were just a little bit.
But they did play husband and wife in a movie.
Yeah, they were just a. I love Lorene. I call her my movie star, and we're very, very dear friends. Very dear friends.
Okay, so what's a movie you would have liked to have been in?
Well, okay, this is really weird. It's not really a movie. It was a TV show, an old sitcom. I would really, really like to be on the Munsters.
Oh, that's fun.
On the Munsters. I love Butch Patrick, and I'm actually going to be seeing him this weekend. And I just like the whole thing about that particular program. And I would have really loved to have met everyone and to have been on that sitcom. Can't do it now, but you know, that's.
So wait, did you see the new ones? Did you see the new Munsters movie, the Rob Zombie one?
No, I didn't. I want to though. I will watch it.
I was gonna watch it, but then everybody said it really wasn't too good, so I didn't watch it. But
that's kind of why I'm just hanging back.
I know. I don't think it did well. I think it's on Netflix or something, but we didn't watch it.
Sometimes people rave about a movie. Ron, you have to see it. It's the greatest movie. And I watch it, and it's a piece of crap. And then sometimes they say, ugh, that dog, and I watch it,
we like
and we like it.
Yeah, so we might like it.
It's about, it's about private thinking and your own taste. You know,
I'm a very big fan of Rob
everyone
Zombie.
has different tastes. I love chocolate ice cream, and I know people who hate it and only want vanilla. So what kind of ice cream do you like, chocolate or vanilla?
Or strawberry or chip.
I like pistachio with a lot of nuts, but I do.
I
don't like pistachio.
That's my favorite ice cream.
I like chocolate chip. Vanilla chocolate chip.
I like chocolate too.
I like Rocky Road.
I like anything I can stick in my mouth, literally for food. God, I'm so bad. You can't laugh at yourself. Who can you laugh at?
Wait, so where are you going to sign this weekend? You must be going someplace to sign.
I've got 2 places to go to. I am going to a friend of mine's birthday party in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and the next town over is Kittery, Maine. And Butch Patrick is going to be there. We've been dear friends for years. And I told him since I'm going to the cookout, which I will stop over there, and that's a good 2-hour drive for me anyways, but well worth it. I'm going to go over and see him at the New England Toy and a record show. So he'll be there.
I love toy shows. Those toy shows are my favorite. For anybody who doesn't know who Butch Patrick is, he's Eddie Munster from the Munsters, you guys. And he's a Facebook friend, but I've never actually met him.
You have to have him on the show.
Yeah, we should have him on the show because he's cool.
There's so many people we have to have on the show. I don't know why we don't have them. And they want to come on. I think we forget who they are. At least I know I forget.
I don't forget.
Oh, I have a lot of people that said, you know, can I be on the show? And I said, absolutely. And if I had to give you a name now, I can't remember.
I'll have to with him when I see him.
Yeah, ask him if he'd like to come
on.
No,
the one I want. The one I told Jimmy, go after Sophia Loren. I'd like Sophia Loren to come on our show.
Which she might, because our numbers have gotten really good.
And I've worked with her, you know, years ago when I was 19. And not that she remembers, but you never know. She might. I'm kind of not because.
No, you never know.
No, I walked over to her and I sat down and they said, hey, I was dressed as a soldier. They said, oh, don't disturb the stars. And she said, no, leave him here. Because I was speaking Italian and she started to laugh. And in her broken English, she said, your Italian is as bad as my English. And, I think she got the biggest kick out of me because I was totally in love with her. And,
yeah, and you were yourself. You were honest. You were real. You know, that's why we love you so much. You don't change. You are who you are.
She was 26 and I was 19. So she might remember.
So B. Claudio came in a little bit late, so she didn't hear us saying how beautiful you are, and she just wrote in there that can we mention how gorgeous that you look. So we're going to mention it again for B. Claudia.
No, we're not, because then she's going to get a big head.
And she says gorgeous inside and out. She says gorgeous inside and out, which is true.
Don't make her inflate her head. Then she'll be a snob when we meet her, and I have to smack her around and unsnob her.
Wait, now you told us a TV show. Tell us a movie. There has to be some movie that you think, oh my God, if I was like fortunate enough to be in it, I would love to be in this movie. Like I have a zillion movies I would like to be in.
Okay, what movie do I want to be in? That's a damn good question. I mean,
I'd love to be. I'm an extra in one of in Too Fast, Too Furious because I did the costume design in it.
Oh,
I would like to be anything in the Fast and Furious. I would like to be a main character in The Lost Boys. If I was going to be on a TV show, I would have liked to be on Beverly Hills 90210 or The $6 Million Man. Melrose Place or Teen Wolf now. Like I like Teen Wolf. I like any of those like fun
And I would have
things.
liked to have been in Now Voyager with Betty Davis playing the Paul Henry part. I would love to have been opposite Betty Davis because I knew Betty and I would love to have worked with her, but I never did, of course. She was too old. When I knew her, she was like 1,000.
That's funny. Don Hinton says The Devil's Rejects. B. Claudia says the Mary Poppins. Don also said The Sopranos. You would have been good in The Sopranos.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't because it's such bullshit. I hate what they did with The Sopranos because they made the mafia out to be morons, murderers, and horrible people, and that's not so. They're business people, and I know many of them that I grew up with as a kid, and they're just as nice as anyone else. But if you cross them, they'll kill you. Well, that's what they say about Hillary Clinton. Don't they call her Hillary?
Yeah.
Hillary.
Something like 28.
Clinton.
Something like 28 people who worked for the Clintons who spoke about them all died mysteriously.
Look at how the government murdered Marilyn Monroe. I mean, a lot of people have been knocked off by our government, and they talk bad about the mafia. The mafia is a private organization that runs business like everybody else. Just don't fuck with them. You're dead if you do. So it's an easy.
I don't talk bad. I'm actually a producer for the podcast for Bobby Luisi, and he used to run Boston area, Massachusetts, and Philadelphia. And his dad got murdered over in Chelsea at the 99. And so he does, he's, out of federal penitentiary now, and he went into the witness protection program, came out of that because people recognize him. And he's a minister, so he does a show, but he also does shows that talks about, the mafia but from like the inside out, the inner workings. Never gives too much away because that's not good.
I've never seen anyone murdered. I've never seen anything like they show in these movies where they're all cursing and horrible.
We watched one last night called Black Mass.
In fact, I go to their homes and their children are their wives and mothers. And if a man did curse in front of their wives, you're in trouble. You would have to apologize because that's how the Italians are. You don't curse in front of their family. And I've never seen anything when I've been to their home that was unsavory or wrong. We ate, we played cards, we laughed, we had a wonderful time. Business, no. So I would like it if they would do a Sopranos and show the other side of the so-called mafia.
Right.
No, of course not. That's why they want to watch.
I've been producing and going to see him and stuff like that. I've never once heard a crossword out of his mouth when it came to like swear words or anything like that, or oh, I want to get that one. I've never heard anything like that. He's just a sweetheart of a gentleman. I'm sure he had his day, and but now things are different, and I enjoy the show thoroughly.
We watched a show last night called Black Mass. And it was about the Irish mob in Boston.
Yeah, well, that was the Winter Hill Gang.
Yeah, the Winter Hill Gang. So we watched.
Yeah. He didn't have much to do with that. That was like a street gang. He was more like a patriarch type thing going on there. Like
I didn't like the movie last night either.
Well, that was slaughtered, and then he, Bobby Luisi, Mr. Luisi, stepped forward and started to take over business then. So, but there's more if you go to, his YouTube page, Bobby Luisi Show. You can read up and listen to some of the fantastic stories he has.
So you guys, too, you can go to queenoftheparanormal.com. Kadrolsha's got a really nice website. She has all kinds of stuff up there, books and comic books and I don't know, all the different services that she provides. So go to queenoftheparanormal.com. Follow her on Instagram, Queen of the Paranormal. Check out HollywoodEntertainmentNews.com. She's all over the place with that. And she's got a bunch of movies that hopefully, the movie stuff will get going again a little bit better.
Strike over with. Yes.
All this strike's over with, and hopefully that'll work itself out soon.
Now supposedly SAG is going on strike. That screws us again, because they're going to settle the directors and producers, and then the 6 actors are going on strike.
That would be bad. Very bad.
It's going to destroy the unions, and Hollywood's done for anyway, because in Atlanta, they're building the largest studio in the world. Sony is. Between Tyler and Sony, we're not going to have to stay in California. What for?
No, and then you have the digital signage market and the OTT and OTTSs, and right. I'm involved in a lot of that. And that is what airport television is. Digital signing screens in SO stations and in Shell stations. That's where my stuff is. And a lot of other places it's going to. I can't talk about it. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming when it comes to that. And I'm doing this movie called Cyber Attack, and that's for the OTT. It's called, over-the-top technology. So, you do things like you could do a clip in a grocery store. You could do the digital signage market in a mall. There are always places for these things, and they're lucrative. And everybody gets to see you. So it's a whole nother venue to tap into. And the best thing is, got a good green screen and a camera, then you can do that. That's where I do my things and submit it and get involved with networking and getting my shows and my things seen. It's different. I want to do the movies. I don't want to do all that too, but, that takes a lot of time. These other things are quicker, and it's a quick buck.
Yes.
That sounds good. We should do something like that. Especially now with the strike going and not working. I'm going nuts. I don't know what to do with myself.
That's funny. So everybody follow Kadrolsha Ona Carole. Check out all the stuff she's been in. She's fabulous.
Thank you.
We're going to be doing another ghost hunt one of these days soon. You can get our comic book at queenoftheparanormal.com. We should come up with another concept and do another one of some sort, because I like that.
For the next
do that. Why not?
We should just make up all
We get together, we do, and we put it like in a movie style, you know, maybe a short movie, not a long one. And then we can get it up on the digital signage markets. And then we can do another comic book too. And there's a whole bunch of ways to make money.
So check out, you guys, Celebrity Ghost Hunters. And we want to thank you for coming on the show. And
thank you, Jimmy. Love you both.
Love you.
Mitzi Titsy, I'll see you in New York.
Mitzi Titsy. Okay. Anytime, baby. Bye.
Bye.
I love you. I love you. I love you. See you in New York, anyone?
Yeah.
You're so pretty. You're so sweet. You're so pretty.
Did you like that, Astro?
You really are. Such a nice girl.
Lady,
really
woman.
Oh, fuck.
You know I'm still up here, right?
Yes.
She's a girl. You know, woman is like such a old lady word. She's a girl. There's no such thing. We're all boys and girls today. We're not men and women.
We had a guest, just so you know, because we got another minute or two in it. We got a minute. We had another guest, two girls that came on, and they were like in their 30s, and he called them girls, and they got super like offended by it. So that's why I told him when he said girl, you say woman, you know, because you're not 20.
But we never we pulled that show. We didn't show it.
Yeah, we didn't use that show
because they were so rude that everybody that contacted us afterwards through email and stuff said you should have kicked them off the show. I said we can't do that. We just don't show the show.
Yeah, but this show will get shown.
They were fighting with us. They were fighting with me, but everything I said they contradicted. They were just nuts.
Absolutely. All right. Everybody, this is Kadrolsha Ona Carole, living life to its fullest, and we'll see you soon. Kadrolsha, love you. Thank you.
Bye. Am I going now? Bye.
Gone.
So we're going to take a quick music break, you guys. Our second guest is supposed to come on in 4 minutes. Hopefully she'll be there and she'll come back. And what we're going to do now is play.
And you know what, Jimmy? We should play a song from my time. We only play nowadays.
Because I can't. I'm only picking out songs that I think that we're not going to get flagged on.
Well, I would like to play Peggy Lee's "When the Sun Comes Out."
You can't because Sony and all those people put those out, so they'll shut us down in a second. Because I Capitol Records. Yeah, I know you can't play it. Like it's very hard to find stuff now to be able to be played. It's super difficult. I'll go and look. I'll look this week.
Isn't that sad?
But no, you can't because anybody who gets put
Johnny
out,
Mathis?
No. Get shut down in 2 seconds.
Isn't that awful? Because we don't make money on it, but it's so nice for the senior people. I have a lot of seniors that watch this show, and they enjoy their own music.
So everybody, we're going to start out with here's Cash's Queen by Jasmine Cara. She was on a couple of months ago. I love the one lyric in this. It's a lot of fun, so hope you guys enjoy it, and hopefully we'll have a guest when we come back. Here's Jasmine Cara, Cash's Queen.
So stupid.
Hey, what's up, everybody? That was Jasmine Karis. Jasmine Kara, and the name of the song is Cash's Queen. In a minute, we're going to have our next guest come on. Everybody in the chat room says they love KO. And
we do, too. But it used to be Cash's King. Now it's Cash's Queen.
That's because she's a girl.
I know, but they're changing everything. Soon I'm not going to be able to speak because I'm not going to understand English.
Yeah.
I'm going to be listening to all these thems and these and thou and.
Well, that shit's crazy anyway. I think that shit's crazy, and
you know.
I always read now everybody's Instagram or whatever to make sure, because if they write that they have to tell everybody that she's a she or a her or a they or a them, you know, I don't bring those people on anymore. I'm not inviting them on the show because they're a little bit weird. All right, so now you guys, we're gonna bring on our next guest. Let's see if she, if we can hear her.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear
me? Yay! Look how gorgeous! 2 beauties in a row.
Yeah. You and these blondes, I can't take it.
All the men watching this show, they're going to really get upset between you and Kadrolsha. Look.
Uh-oh, what happened? She disappeared. Okay, there she is.
What happened is my phone was ringing because I'm doing this on my phone.
Okay. Oh, you know what? That's Eileen. Okay, hang on.
Yeah, I think everything is okay.
Okay, I just told Eileen that way she won't call you again. All right.
So there you go again.
It'll stop now. All right.
I hope it stops.
So now we're going to do an introduction. Hey, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, Rachael Cain, also known as Screamin Rachael. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you back. We had you on when we first moved to California, so it's been about 5 years. It's great to have you back. And hello, how are you?
Well, I'm great, and it's great to be on the show. Actually, I was listening to part of the show that you had with the ghost hunter chick, and I thought it was really, really interesting. I like your style. You know, you guys are fun. You bring out the best in us.
Absolutely. So this is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Ron Russell.
I know her.
I know, you met her. Oh, we never met her physically, but she was on the show.
No, I think I know her. Her name is so familiar to me.
Because she's famous.
No, I know that. I know a lot of famous names, and I've never met them. But I think I've met you somewhere. Did we ever meet?
Not with me. Oh, no, we can't hear you now. Something happened to your vocals. Rachel, something happened to your vocals. Check and see if your mic thing is clicked.
Vocals are on. You can't hear it?
Now we can. Now we can. We couldn't.
Because they were on. The camera's on. The vocals on.
Maybe when the phone rings, it jacks it up. Who knows?
That could be a problem.
So you've never met him, have you? I don't think.
I thought we might have met in New York. Do you ever go to any of Eileen's parties in New York, or like you could have seen me perform, or anything? I performed in LA a lot at the Ace Hotel, etc.
Maybe it's because you were on our show.
Yeah, could be.
I remember.
Actually, too.
I was saying before that all the men watching now are going to see more cleavage. That our show is becoming like a cleavage show.
Today is the Beautiful Blondes show.
Every
beautiful
woman,
blondes with beautiful teeth. They both are beautiful with beautiful teeth.
Don't do that. Don't be silly. All the women that come on our show, they deliberately show their boobs because they know I get such a kick out of it.
I know.
No, I really get upset because what makes a woman different from a man is her cleavage. If a woman didn't have cleavage, she looked like a man. And we're not allowed to comment or look at them. That's what pisses me off. So women spend a fortune putting bags in, and then when a guy looks at them, they say, my eyes are up here. Well, what the fuck did you go and spend $4,000 to put in boobs if you're not going to enjoy them and look at them? And I think bosoms, and I'm gay, and I think bosoms on a woman are probably the most beautiful thing about the woman. And if you go back in history in the time of Marie Antoinette, they all showed their boobs. That was the big thing. So I think we have to stop with this new prudishness where all the women are going, don't look at my 42D tits. Well, how could I not look at them? They're in my mouth. They're in my face.
Well, you know, guys, I'm sick of cancel culture, you know, and all these politically correct people.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. And all the pronouns like
Look,
he, them, her, them.
I can't stand that.
Look, you're a beautiful woman with a beautiful smile, with great tits, and if some guy gets a masturbation fantasy over you, good for him.
Good for him.
Mission accomplished.
I agree.
Right.
No,
I want everybody to have fun during my interview.
Before you came on, though, I talked about how, like, I don't know, people who put she, her, he, him, or they, them in their Instagram profile. If I'm looking for guests, celebrities, I don't invite those people anymore because we've had too many problems. Every time we have one of those people, we have a problem.
Because I'm a man. I'm a he.
Exactly. And I'm a he, and that's that.
Yeah, and that's that. Simple.
I don't have a woman living in me, or whichever way it goes. You know, though I did drag for years in theater. You know, I impersonated Jane Russell for years and years and years. I sang as a woman and dressed as a woman, but never was a woman. And when I went home,
It was acting.
I was a man. I never, ever was a woman.
She's actually an actress, too, besides being a housewife. Let me find out a little bit about you first. Okay. So, Rachael Cain, a.k.a. Screamin Rachael. First of all, she was named Queen of House Music by Billboard magazine. You can follow her on Instagram at Screamin Rachael, or her website is .com, and she's also the president of Tracks Records, the oldest house music.
I don't know. It's crackling sound. Are you still getting it?
A little bit. I don't know what happened.
What is happening with this sound?
It sounds like somebody where you live.
It sounds like
the phone.
We were talking about The Exorcist before. It sounds like somebody.
Her phone is picking up somebody else's phone.
Oh wait, she disappeared.
And now you're gone.
Bring her back. Bring her back when you can, Juan. It's funny. What a wild thing going on here.
Where'd you go?
She'll be back. She'll kick back in. Sounds like my damaged water pipes, B says.
Water pipe.
Yeah, that's her damaged water pipes. B, we're sending prayers your way. We're so sorry that you're like living in a hotel because your house got all messed up. But it'll get better. We promise it'll get better.
I could take a nap while we wait.
And we love you, B. So everything is good all the way. So hopefully you guys, Screamin Rachael's coming back. She looked fantastic.
She does, really does.
She's really beautiful and
sexy, feminine.
So she's the queen, and I want to ask her what house music is actually, because she's connected to the evolution of the whole musical genre, house music. She's worked with all kinds of big people. She's the owner of Tracks Records. She's also been in a bunch of cool movies. And when she comes back, I want to ask her if she knows Richie Rich, because she's part of the club kid culture that he was part of.
She has to know him.
So I'm sure she'll know him. Because one of her best friends was Angel Melendez, who was killed by that club kid Michael Alig guy, and that was like all the biggest news, and they made movies about it and everything. And she's in a movie and a documentary, I think, both about it. So we'll see how that all goes.
Rachael, where are you?
Hopefully she'll make it back. If not, we can take a. Maybe we should play her song, but I want her to hear us play her song. So let's not. We won't play her song.
Well, what happened? Her phone died. I mean,
I don't know what happened, honey. I can't talk to her because we're on the air.
That's why you should suggest that they use computer camera.
I know, but everybody has problems with computer. Like older people have problems doing things on the computer. They all do it on phone. Because almost everybody does everything on the phone. We're the weird ones who do things. I know that, but
the phone battery dies. The computer doesn't.
I know her phone battery didn't die.
Well, you never know. Something happened. She's not back.
So Juan, put a little message. Is she trying to come back? Yes. See, look at B. Claudia wrote, Tracks Records is the original home of house music. It's also known as the Motown of the genre. Julia, you're right, and you're hilarious. And that's from her. Oh, that's from her website, which is tracksrecords.net. I don't want to.
Okay, what are we going to do here, folks? Let's do a belly dance or something.
We can actually play a music video, and then if we just if she comes in, what we'll do, hey, Juan, let's play a music video, and if she comes back in, just cut the video, stop it, and bring her back, okay? And let's play Nicotine Dolls Till We Both Say, and if she comes in, that's fine. Play that one, and then, but stop it if she comes in so we have time to talk to her, because we don't want to play the whole song. All right, everybody, here's the Nicotine Dolls. Check it out, Till We Both Say.
Haven't been kissed in a while. Haven't pulled away, smiling just to do it again. Run my hands up for miles to that place where we know it all ends. Then we collapse on the sheets, talk all night, laugh until we fall asleep around 3. I wake up before noon, watch you breathe as I fall in love too soon. No, it's not smart, they're chasing cars down the freeway, lights out in the dark.
Hey, we're back! Yay!
Where'd you go?
I don't know. First the sound went bad, and then the phone went blank. And then I
His
had to
phone does that once in a while. His phone does it once in a while, yes, and I don't know why it goes blank. But okay, so
I know why mine goes back. When the extraterrestrials are flying in the flying saucer contacting me, everything shuts down.
I think that happened because of all the ghosts we were talking about. You know?
Have you got Martians? Maybe because you're so beautiful. I bet that they love you in Mars too.
So here's what I want to do.
You are beautiful.
I want to
have a beautiful smile. You know who you look like? And I met her. The one that was married to Trump, the skinny one, the blonde.
Ivanka.
No, the American one.
That is. Oh,
no, he had like 100 wives.
Marla Maples.
Marla Maples.
Marla Maples.
How many people told you look like Marla Maples?
Well, you know what everybody tells me who I'd look like is Stevie Nicks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I love
Stevie Nicks all the time. Sometimes they don't believe me when I say I'm not Stevie Nicks. But anyway.
And I love Stevie Nicks. Oh,
me too. She's cool. You got to look like anybody. She's a good person to look like.
She's so talented.
Also, Marla Maples. She was a beautiful.
Yeah, she's beautiful also.
She was in Palm Springs, and I met her in a restaurant, and we had a long chat. And she's quite beautiful and very intelligent girl.
So
well spoken.
Here's what I want to do. So I told everybody while you were off that you're the queen of house music, and that you are connected to the evolution of it, and I want to talk a little bit about what is house music. Can you, for people who don't actually know, is there a definition that you can give everybody to know what house music is?
Well, there really is, because house music today they call it EDM. House music is dance music with a 4 on the floor beat. But in my case, it's more than dance music because I also have lyrics, vocals, message. But house music is, you know, it's to dance. It first broke out really big in the gay clubs, and then just kind of now everywhere in the world. And Beyonce just won a Grammy for her house music mix. So,
we used to call it club music.
Yeah, you could call it club music, EDM.
In the gay bars, we called it club.
There you go. That's what house is.
So I wrote down, I took some notes. You're the first house artist assigned to a major label. You became the owner of Trax Records in 2007. You've worked with Mel Mel, Marshall Jefferson, Colonel Abrams, Africa Bambaataa. You are featured in all kinds of different things. And you were part of the 80s and 90s club scene. And I know you're in the documentary Glory Days, The Life and Times of Michael Alec. And also in the Party Monster movie. And we wanted to know, because we're pretty good friends with Richie Rich. Are you friends with Richie Rich? Because if you were
of course I know Richie Rich. We were all in the same crowd.
I love Richie. I love him.
We were Richie Rich, RuPaul, you know, Michael Alec, Ernie Glam, myself. I mean, it was kind of a really cool little crowd. And then, of course, the guys from World of Wonder, you know, that are the producers of the RuPaul show. They were all around. We were all around at the same time. And all the New York clubs just being little badasses, so to speak.
I think that's like so cool, because that's from a time, you know, that's kind of like a time gone by, but it was such an important time.
Maybe that's where I know you from.
It's such an important time in pop culture history, you know, to be a part of that. When we met Richie Rich at a party, actually, and I was so excited to meet him, and I didn't know if he would be friendly or not. And we
became the best of friends.
Yeah, he was super, super nice. And I used to be a clothing designer, and I used to look at all the things he did, and he actually knew who I was as a clothing designer. So we just had the best time ever. But I think to be as part of that culture.
We've seen him several times since. And every time we see him, he's just the nicest fellow. I like Richie.
He's a lot of fun. I like him too. And he was, I think he was a professional skater for a while. But anyway, that's what I thought.
I don't know.
Professional skater.
I don't know if this is before your time, but did you ever play at the Limelight in New York?
Oh, yes. The Limelight, the Tunnel, Club USA, Palladium, everywhere in New York.
Oh, yeah, Palladium. Now I know why I know you. But you were blonde. I think you were a brunette.
No, I've been a blonde all the time. But definitely have.
From Palladium and those
he went to all those places.
That was a club guy. Those were all my places. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I knew the name and I knew it.
Very big in that whole club scene. And also I used to perform singing every Monday at Tattoo. And I would have people like Tony Bennett that I opened for. Liza Minnelli would come to see me sing. Yeah, Tattoo was wonderful.
Tuesday night was drag night. And I performed there one time as Jane Russell in drag. A Tattoo. Oh, I know Tattoo well. That's how it. We were working the same circuit. We just never.
That's why we know each other.
Yeah, we just never really were friends. We just knew each other.
Love it. You also did Disco Bloodbath, Night Owl, Party Muster. So like you've had some incredibly cool life. Actually, I have to say, like I did a lot of research on you and read all about you this time coming on the show, and you've got so many cool things doing, and I actually have the Rise video so we can play it for people so they can hear one of your newer singles, because you have so many new ones that are coming out. Tell us a little bit about Rise.
Well, Rising is what it's called.
Rising. Rising.
The whole thing about Rising is that it was during a difficult time when some people were giving me some bullshit. And so a couple of my really good friends said, hey, let's make a song. And we went in, and it's all about overcoming and rising above. And it's just positive. And then I've got a guest rapper on it. We did that little video. I don't know if that's what you have rather than you have the music, but it's cute.
I have the music. I just took it off of YouTube and
oh, you did? Oh, cool.
I took it off of YouTube, so we're gonna play it. So I want you to introduce it, and then we're gonna play it. And you just hang there. We're gonna play it real quick. It's not a very long video, so we'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
If I remember you were good.
I'm good, no doubt.
Well, I'm thinking back now of you and the music. If I'm going back in my mind, and I remember I liked you. You were good. Everybody.
I can sing.
You made the house move.
Yep.
So you introduce it, Rachel. Actually introduce it. Say, I'm Screamin Rachael, and this is my new single, Rising, or whatever you want to. However you want to do it. I didn't
know her as Screamin Rachael. What were you working at?
Well, Rachael Cain, Screamin Rachael. Either way. But anyway,
the Rachael Cain.
I'm Rachael Cain, also known as Screamin Rachael to some, and I want to introduce you to my new hit single, Rising. Hope it makes you feel as good as it makes me feel.
That was good. I hope I have the right video. Go on.
This is the ultimate house party. I'll take you there. This is the ultimate house party. 'Cause we're rising. 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 I say move, throw your hands up. I say move, throw your hands up. I say move your body.
I'm
Were you
dancing.
dancing? I hope you were. Like,
dancing. The chat room's dancing. They loved it. He's dancing.
I have the dog on my lap, and he's loving it because I'm shaking and dancing and rocking him to sleep.
Oh, well, I hope you didn't sleep during that one.
That's a 4-beat, right?
That's a 4 on the floor, like an 808, what they call an 808 kick.
I love. You could dance easy to that.
Yeah, that's what it is. And actually,
So how long have you been singing? You're pretty much.
Oh,
did
God.
you start when you were really young?
Pretty much. I started, at a really young age. I've been singing most of my life, but like professionally, 20 plus years. So I've been out there.
Have you always done house music, or did you start out doing something different?
No, I can do jazz, blues, house, and I've got the voice for anything. I really do. In fact, I even had to teach Joan Jett how to rap for her album. She did a cut. Honestly, she did a cut called Black Leather, and I had to cut her demo so that she would know how to do it. So,
that's awesome.
That was good.
I've done a lot of fun things. And like I said, I opened for Tony Bennett. I've been, everywhere with a lot of,
So you didn't do house music for Tony Bennett, though, right? You did something else.
That's where I did my, really kind of bluesy, rocky, very much bluesy, jazzy, which I love that, too.
Have you released music in all the different genres, or you pretty much just release stuff under the house label?
Well, the funny thing is because, Trax is really, really popular. And it's popular as the home of house music, as the original home. And it's kind of known around the world. So on Trax, I think I'm going to release some of that other music because I've got such great music and it is recorded. But yeah, I've been doing all house music.
Oh, that would be cool if you did that. So tell everybody a little bit about Trax because I think your like 40 or 50 year anniversary or something is.
Well, it'll be a little bit. We got a couple years to go, but we will be turning 40.
40, okay.
I started as an artist and, kind of then did so many things along the way to help build up the whole label and became an owner and developed the trademark and just did so many things. But I guess what it really was when I entered my first really big gay club, which was called The Warehouse in Chicago, there was a DJ who eventually came to New York, Frankie Knuckles. And when I saw how powerful the crowd was when he played my song, I had an early song called Fantasy. And when that came on and I could see how the crowd reacted, it was like, wow, I want to be doing this.
I love that. I think it's so cool. And Trax is basically the house music label, right? It's like the biggest, most well-known, house music label in the world.
That's right. It is. Well,
we've
had controversies. We were just in Rolling Stone and Chicago Magazine and everywhere. So, we have our controversies. Some people think I'm Cruella de Vil, but really, I don't care.
Wait, what did they think?
I said, some people think I'm Cruella de Vil, but I don't care. No,
Listen,
it's just that,
You say DJ, I still say spinner. So that's how old I am. In my day, it was called a spinner.
And see, the whole DJ culture as we know it today, superstar DJs like David Guetta, DJ Snake, Cascade, these are all people that were influenced by Trax, and we were the first record label to put the DJ's name on the record instead of the artist.
Which is such a cool thing. I actually, back in the day when I lived in Florida, I went to the Dance Star USA Awards.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I went to that.
We hung out with like Paul Oakenfold and Rabbit in the Bunny from Rabbit in the Moon. I think Rabbit in the Moon was the people, and we actually gave him a ride to his hotel. But like all the huge DJs were there, and it was kind of a new thing for me because I wasn't familiar with it and I wasn't used to the DJ being the actual celebrity. I think that was kind of like the beginning of it because that was about 20 something years ago, and now the DJs are the stars. Everywhere you go.
They've taken over. They really have. And actually, when I play some of the bigger festivals that I've done, like in Paris and in Chile, I DJ. I DJ and I'll sing live, too, at the same time. Because in house music and dance music in general, these days, you better be a DJ as well as a talent. So I'm a writer, producer, DJ, talent. And I have a distribution deal with Sony. So, we do well. It's a good thing, and I'm excited about all of our new artists.
So we should tell him, too.
My friend Rodney Stone, I don't know what his son works under, but his son was a very famous DJ. They used to fly him all over the country. I wish I knew his stage name, but his last name was Stone.
So one of the artists that is on Trax Records, which is Rachel's label, is Irene Michaels, the lady we had on like 3 weeks ago, the 77-year-old lady doing the dance music that we had on.
She was good.
She's good, isn't she? Now, I produced that start to finish. I did everything, putting that together, putting the right people behind her, and, really kind of creating it. But I think she's an inspiration for women everywhere, because it's about time that, it shouldn't matter about how old you are. It should matter about your talent, your drive, and your heart.
He thinks I'm Medusa.
No, I'm pointing to you because you say that all the time. You think that all the time.
I'm 83 years young. I turned 83 last week, and I'm working, and I'm in film, and I still will go to a club in New York, and I still will dance with the kids.
That's what you should do. Exactly.
I don't give a shit. Life is too short. Enjoy every moment of it. Don't worry about what anyone thinks, because they're going to hinder your joy. They're going to put a cover over your glow. Don't let anybody do that. You just be who you are. Keep rocking, honey. Keep rocking.
Do you know Tracy
Wear
Young?
those push-up bras. Go out, paint those lips. Knock them dead. Knock them dead, baby.
Knock them dead with the tatas.
Yes. Do you know?
And your smile and your voice and your music. We used to say in my day, wreck. When we wanted a performer to be fabulous, we'd say, go out there, baby, wreck. Meaning wreck them all, wreck them. And that's what I say to you. Go wreck. Make them dance there till they explode.
Which, by the way, I love everything about how you look, but I love the leopard watch band.
Yeah, the leopard watch band.
Yeah, that's fabulous. So do you know DJ Tracy? Do you know Tracy Young? Have you worked with her?
I have heard of Tracy Young. I don't really know her. I'm more familiar with all the ones that I had mentioned, and of course the ones on our label, because we have so many DJs on the label, like Farley Jack, Master Funk. That's one of our DJs. We have a huge international following, but these days, ever since Drake and Beyonce both did house music albums this year, it's changed everything, because now everybody's talking about us, which is good.
Good. It's a very thing, and I love Drake.
I think rap has been overly done. And I don't think rap is you can dance to it unless you're stoned and you want to grind. And I think it's good that club music is back, or house music, because we could get out there and we could shake our booties and have a good time. But you can't do that with rap. At least I can't.
No, you know what they're doing now is that the rappers are sampling the house beats, and they are rapping to house music, which is making it a whole lot more fun.
Boom, 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 boom,
that's actually
boom,
really
boom,
good,
boom,
though,
boom.
for you guys, because that's going to just bring, not that you need more notoriety, you've already got it, but it gives you even more notoriety, to maybe people who wouldn't be aware of the music in the first place. So it's definitely going to give a lot more exposure.
But don't forget, the clubs are full of people over 21 and up. And a lot of them don't know what club or house is. And now they're finding it to be a new music. And they like it, and they're dancing to it. So I think it's made a revival.
It's really funny because, Apple Music had a story about us, and they were saying, if you liked Beyonce's album and you liked Drake's new album, this is where they got it, Trax Records, Chicago. This is how house music started. Because, like you said, they don't really know where this music came from, what the background is. But now that these people have made it popular, it's all over. Plus, Kanye West has sampled us twice. He paid us the first time. This time we're embroiled in a huge lawsuit with Kanye, and he's gone nuts.
He's gone nuts, but he also he lost a lot of money because he doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. And,
exactly.
And so he lost a lot of money, but you should definitely be getting paid. And but it's still an honor. People either love Kanye West or hate Kanye West, but I'm not a huge fan, but you cannot take away the fact that the motherfucker is talented. He is very, very talented. I'd never take that away from him. I just don't like his attitude. I like his music, but I don't like his attitude.
Yeah, he's just really crazy. And he was something else as far as service, and his lawyers quit about 3 times, so it was kind of a lot going on. with Kanye. And of course, he said he liked Hitler, and that was like, no,
Yeah,
cut.
Well, what totally blew me away and made me not like Kanye West is the fact that at the Grammys, when Taylor Swift won Best Artist or whatever, he took the microphone and said Beyonce should have won this award or something like that. I thought that was super rude and classless. And, Beyonce's got enough recognition and enough money. And, if she doesn't win something once in a while, it's okay. She's must have won like 50 Grammys or something. So I just thought it was terrible. But the fact that he's sampling, music from the record label that you guys have put out over the years, I think that's freaking awesome. And I think the more exposure that the music gets to become popular in popular culture on the radio, besides just clubs and stuff, you can get the music played everywhere. It'll be fantastic for you, for your artists, and for the label in itself.
And these days, the best way for artists to make money because of streaming is really movie placement, commercials, because brands like Louis Vuitton and Gucci have used us before, and licensing, licensing for commercials, movies, and sampling. Those are the best, besides your live concerts, of course, because streaming has really hurt the music business per se.
It's hurting the movie business too, because streamers are making money, but nobody else is.
Talk to Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks said, I'm not doing recordings anymore. I'm only going to do concerts because they keep stealing my recordings. She'll make any money.
That's what I did hear her say that in her documentary. I think it was like, why bother making a new album when I'm not going to make the money back?
No, because they're stealing it. So she only does concerts where people pay $350 to see her.
Right. I don't think that people either. I think that people who aren't in the industry, I don't know that they actually understand that it costs money to make a song. It's not like you just go in and do it. There's a lot of people got to get paid, for all that to come together. And I don't know that regular people realize, that, because even indie artists, they pay $4,000 or $5,000 a lot of times for a song.
Oh, it's expensive. And not only that, but, I'm glad I have a brand with tracks, a brand that people know. Yes. Because if I did not, there's so much music being released every day, millions of songs. I don't know if it's hundreds of thousands a day, but believe me, it's huge numbers. But what's really funny, and this is a breakdown that you probably haven't heard, and I don't think your listener viewers have either, is that only 2% of all artists on Spotify, 2%, make $100 or more.
No, I believe that.
I wonder what Johnny Mathis makes.
I don't know, but 2%, and this is really true. So, hey.
That's something like 12 million or 12 million, I forgot. Whatever the number is, it's ungodly. It's like 12, maybe it's 12,000 streams for every 79 cents or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. The numbers are really crazy because actually we own part of Kanye West's song. And I thought, oh, this is really cool. We own part of a Kanye West song. It was that controversial when he did that Poopity Scoop one. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
But anyway, he sampled us for that. And basically, even though we licensed it to MTV and they used it for the MTV Awards, so we made a good deal of money on that, I thought, oh, we're going to make a ton of money on streaming Kanye West, but we don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think
we make some thousands. We might make probably under 20,000 a year with the Kanye West thing.
Yeah, which is
it's amazing how the public thinks that everything we do, we make tons of money. Lara Spencer, ABC Good Morning America.
Yeah,
she's a friend of my daughter's best friend, and Lara said to us when she sold her first book, she made 15 cents on every book, and it was a sellout. 2 printings. Now she wrote another book about garage sales and stuff, and I think she made 25 cents a book. I mean, that's ridiculous. Who's making all the money? The publisher? The printer? Who?
The publisher and the retailer.
Yeah, I think it must be. I know that in the music business, it's the streaming services.
Yeah,
they're taking the bulk of it because, of course, Sony takes their percentage, but they take about 20%. But, who's really taking most of it and who's really getting the money would be Spotify, because look at how many people buy Spotify subscriptions. And how much money they make.
Spotify subscription. But anyway, people want me to write a book, and I thought, what the hell is the gain in it? all that work and managing the book and stuff for 15 cents?
Actually, though, you should. Well, if you self-publish, you make more, and you should do a book because you've actually got.
Oh my God.
Stories, and you could go back to the Club Kid days and what you did
15
before.
cents.
But that's only if somebody else publishes. If you publish it yourself, you get about 80% of it.
That's true. Well, and the thing is, I've had so many crazy scandals. You know, everything from the Michael Alec to the Dead Prince of Park Avenue, where I made the cover of what's the Inquirer, and I was in the Globe. I've had a crazy life. I was dating the heir to the Archie Comics fortune. So I've had, you know, a lot of fun stories to tell, and I've traveled the world both as a DJ and a singer, been everywhere. So the stories are good.
I think you could do just great just on the Michael Alec and all that stuff. Like, people are really like into that stuff, you know.
I know, it's crazy.
Still, I mean, it was a long time ago, and they're still loving it.
Do you know that, Michael, we have an ensemble cast because I do movies a lot. I've got like 6 films out there, actually more than that. And I've even done a film with John Leguizamo called Night Owl. But I work with this director, Eric Rivas. And when Michael was alive, after he got out of prison.
We've had him on the show back in the day from Vampire Trace, right? Isn't that the guy from Vampire Trace?
You mean Vampikers?
Yes, Vampiker Trace, yes.
Just Vampikers.
Okay,
Vampikers 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
The Duke of New York, Enter Requiem. That's the new one that we're doing now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anyway, he's got like Angel Salazar, who was in Scarface, and he's got Apache Ramos from the Warriors, and of course, moi.
Yes, I love it. All right, so we got a minute left, you guys. So listen, first of all, follow Screamin Rachael on Instagram. You also have a Rachael Cain one on Instagram, don't you?
Yes, I have a Rachael Cain, I have a Screamin Rachael one, and a Trax Records one.
There you guys go, and it's traxrecords.net. Check out all the great songs. We only played one, but you have 2 other songs that are doing really well, and I forgot their names.
I've got so much stuff out there that is really hitting hard. It is amazing. I'm really proud, and I've got Sensation, which is going to be coming out. We have it all finished. Now we have to distribute it and start promoting it. Maybe I'll get to come on your show, and maybe my phone won't just click out like that again. I feel really bad about that.
You have to use a computer. It's guaranteed.
Oh.
It runs on electric, and it's the best way to go, and the picture's much better.
Well, I will do that next time. You know what it was? Is Eileen said, just use your phone. It's easy. That way you don't have to download anything or do anything. So that's what I did.
No, you look fabulous. This was terrific. We had a little hiccup, but it was a phenomenal time, and we're out of time.
Right.
So everybody, please follow Rachael Cain. Check out all her music. She's fabulous. Check out Trax Records and all their artists, and look her up on IMDb and watch her films, and we'll have you back. And thank you so much.
And Spotify, the Screamin Rachael Spotify page.
Oh, Spotify, everybody. All right. Thanks, Rachael. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Everybody, thanks for tuning into the show. We want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.
So right, can try not to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live, and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.